Hello, and this is lesson 3, and today we are going to work on representing a fraction as a whole number times a unit fraction. Now, you're probably wondering, what does that mean? What's a unit fraction? So I want you to take a little bit of notes here first before we even get started. A unit fraction is one part of the whole. So, for instance, if we had, just looking at A right here, the unit fraction for A is, because we're working in fourths, the unit fraction would be 1/4. So it's one part of the whole. So it's 1 over however many it takes to make the whole. That's a unit fraction. Okay. So, the directions here say decompose each fraction modeled by a tape diagram as a sum of unit fractions. Write the equivalent multiplication sentence. The first one has been done for you. So if we look at what they did, we have a whole here, and they've had 3/4 shaded in, so it's 3/4. So the unit fraction is 1/4. So 3/4, like we did yesterday, 3/4 equals 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. How else can we say 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4? That's kind of what we call repeated addition or multiplication. So we have 3 times 1/4. 3 times 1/4. Okay. So let's look at B and do B together. On B, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 2/5. Our fraction is 2/5. Each one of these is 1/5. So 2/5 equals 1/5 plus 1/5, or 2/5 equals 2 times 1/5. Okay, I want you to try C and D on your own. So go ahead and pause the video. Try C and D on your own. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to do C and D with you now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 5/6. 5/6 equals 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/6. Or we can say 5/6, oops, sorry about that. 5/6 equals 5 times 1/6. That's what you should have written down for C. Now on D, we have how many parts are in the whole? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts in the whole. So each one of these is 1/8. I can put in the 1/8 here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So 6/8 equals 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8, or we can say 6/8 equals 6 times 1/8. So 6 of these makes 6/8. That's what that means. Now, if we look at the next problem, it's a little bit more complicated because we have more than 1 here. So if we look at where we have the 1 indicated, it is broken up into 3 parts. That means each one of these is 1/3. And this is also 1/3. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4/3 equals, this is basically the same thing that we did in lessons 1 and 2. 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. So now we have 4/3 equals 4 times 1/3. Simple, right? Let's turn the paper over and see what's on the back. Okay. So, write the following fractions greater than 1 as the sum of two products. So that's basically the same thing that we just did. So this is how many makes up a whole. So it's 1/3. Each one of these is 1/3. So this is also 1/3. So these fractions are greater than 1, both of this A and B. So how many thirds do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5/3. We can also write this as 1 and 2/3. So we have 1 and 2/3. Now that equals how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 1/3. 1 and 2/3 is the same thing as 5/3. Because if we count them out, 1, 2, 3, there's 1 and 2/3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5/3. So 1 and 2/3 is also going to equal 5 times 1/3. Now I want you to pause the video and I want you to do letter B on your own. Okay, welcome back. On letter B, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 boxes, but it's broken up into what? Fourths, right? So we should have you should have 1/4 in each of these boxes. And we have a total of 6/4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which equals 6 times 1/4. Or we can say we have 1 plus 2/4. 1 and 2/4 equals 6 times 1/4. Okay? The last section of this problem set says to draw a tape diagram and record the given fraction's decomposition into unit fractions as a multiplication sentence. So we're basically drawing. Here it gave us the drawing and we had to figure out what the fraction was. Here it's giving us the fraction and we have to make the tape diagram. So if I make a tape diagram depicting 4/5, I will break my box up into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots. This whole thing equals 1. And I'm going to shade in 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you're going to do the same thing that you did up here. 4/5 equals 4 times 1/5. Each one of these is 1/5. Correct? Correctamundo. Okay, so now we're going to look at B. I'll do B with you, and then we'll move on to D, and you'll do the last two on your own. Okay, so in B, we have 5/8, so we need a box split up into, right, 8s. And the whole box is going to equal 1 whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 lines makes it split into 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have to shade in the 5/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to make this just a little bit bigger. Those fractions are a little hard to see. So we have 5/8 shaded in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5/8 equals 5 times 1/8. Each one of these is an 1/8, and we have 5 of them. So it is 5 times 1/8. Okay, I'm going to let you do C on your own. I'm going to move down to D. 7/4. Well, if you remember, we have to make a box broken up into fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is our whole. but we need to have 7/4. So we need to make another box of fourths. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we should have another set of 4 boxes, and each one of these is 1/4. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Even this one is 1/4, but we need to shade in 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I can write this one 2 different ways. I can write 7/4 equals 7 times 1/4. Or I can say 1 and how many's left? 3. 1 and 3/4 equals 7 times 1/4. And that is all you have to know for lesson 3. We are breaking the numbers apart into unit form or unit fractions. A unit fraction is 1 over the number it takes to make up the whole. And then we are multiplying by the, if it's 7/4, we have 7 parts times 1/4. If it's 5/8, we have 5 parts times 1/8. Okay, finish up this problem set and I will see you tomorrow.